Burning Man is just a festival where you just go at a really open space somewhere in Nevada. It's just like dirt, and people bring wood to build. Like, you build places. Like, you build a bar, you build your little stay, and at the end of this event, everyone in the festival burns a Burning Man, and everyone's naked. It's all about sex, drugs, literally. I swear to God, that's what this whole event is about. And so we would work our shift, and once the shift is over, which I believe is like usually like 4 to 5 p.m., you could drink. And in the campsite of the work campsite, they had alcohol, but you couldn't open it until the shift was over. So it was about my third day there that I was there. I made friends with a few guys and all this stuff. And one night they're like, hey, why don't you come out with us and we can, let's just go out, we can go out and enjoy the festival. We can drink, whatever. And I'm like, cool, I want to be part of the guys. Why not, It is what it is. So after all of our shifts, they called this, those bars that you can like sit and you like pedal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's these people that they called over, and we all got on it, and we were all drinking. Some of these drinks, I think, were infused with something. And there's this guy that was like, who I thought was my homie. He I don't know exactly what he did. Either he mixed my drinks with something, or someone mixed something in my drink, and I was roofied. I was very belligerent from what people were saying. Next thing I know, it's kind of like, when you blink, like you close and it's dark and you open up. Yeah. And imagine you're blinking, like you open up and you're in a whole different spot every time.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you blink, why am I upstairs? Oh, why am I outside? That's how it felt.
He had you drugged.
And in those time frames, what I would see, unfortunately, at one point, it was him raping me. And the next morning, when I woke up, I just, oh my God, it was one of the weird, like the way my body felt was, I've never felt it before. And granted, I have used drugs in my lifetime before. Like in my early 20s, I did use a lot of drugs. So I know how I feel when when I wake up from something.
Like hungover and achy and groggy.
Very different, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't even walk straight, even when I woke up. And I remember I got in my truck with the male that I kept working with the whole time, and I was just quiet, and I didn't have my phone. And I remember the last time I saw my phone was somewhere in this dirt, whatever, and I told him, I was like, can you take me over there? And where he took me.
Is this the same dude?
No. Oh, okay. This is someone else. No, this is someone else. I never saw him again until from the last time that I saw him that night. And then at the time, my case had a Dragon Ball Z case. I had Goku on there with like I think it was the blue hair. And I remember my phone was sitting up just perfectly, and I thought I lost my phone. I remember when we pulled up, and mind you, this is like in a whole dirt. It would be near impossible to find anything, right? And my phone is just sitting right up on this like sand dirt looking, and I just see my case and I grab it. And after I grab my phone,
start coming back?
Everything. And I just start bawling. And I tell the guy, this feels nice talking about this. I've only told people who I'm very close to this story, this detailed story.
Thank you.
As detailed as I'm getting right now. And I remember telling this guy, like, I need to go back and I need to talk to like the leaders. And I went back and told them everything, and the cops came and they took me out quickly. They took me out, and wherever this Burning Man event is, it's like a 4-hour drive from Vegas. So yeah, they drove me out, and I was supposed to fly out that same day, but the cops told me that I had to stay that night and go to one of those rape units to get myself checked completely.
Yeah.
In order to get this case going, and I did all that, and oh God, that experience was wild.
Did they press charges on him?
So that case is still open till this day. The last details I got from that was in 2018. The officer, whoever is in charge of La Playa, which that's what they call over there, he told me that I was 100% going to win this case because once the cops got there and they questioned him, he told the cops that we didn't have any sexual intercourse. But when they interviewed other people, he was gloating about it all. He was gloating.
What a piece of shit.
That right there, really, that one fucks me up a little bit. It's like, how do you gloat about something like that? That's crazy.
Well, some people are just pieces of shit, and they'll never be nothing else but a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you shared that because there's going to be a young lady who might be on a drinking, peddling bar one day, and she might hear your story and maybe be a little bit more cautious about who's around her.
I hope so, yeah, I hope so. It's unfortunate that a woman who is very openly gay too, and at the time I was engaged.
What a piece of shit too.
And I had my ring and everything. Can't go out and just enjoy a night and just to feel like you're one of the homies or one of the guys without having a traumatic event happen to you.
Without one of the guys being a douchebag.
Yeah, it's sad, but...
Well, you can. You just got to be around the right guys.
It's so like, how do you know? How do you know, though, even when you think they're right?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know. You always hear like, so-and-so, he did? Oh, I never thought he would do that. It's always the ones that you never think.
And it's sad because he had 2 daughters. He has 2 daughters.
Really?
The night before, he showed me a photo, too. Yeah, it's crazy. He showed me, he had him on their wallpaper, as his wallpaper.
I hate to say it, I hope he goes to jail.
I don't know what's going on with him.
I hope he goes to jail because it's not right. Women shouldn't have to. I have 3 daughters myself. And I think about it, stuff like that, all the time. My oldest is going to college here pretty soon.
Nice.
You know, stuff like that. You know, when you're in college is when you experience with drinking and drugs and being around people. And unfortunately, in society, women can be vulnerable in those situations. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not every guy is a stand-up guy. No. And, you know, they want to prey on innocent people like that. And I just hope that, you know, that story can impact someone to make the right choices. Yeah. When they get put in that situation. But I think you're super brave for going through the cops and staying that extra day and doing the kit and coming forward, because another thing is a lot of women go through that and they don't report it. And I think it's very brave because you probably felt shame and guilt and all those things. But I feel
like it was my fault for a very long time.
But I'm here to tell you that, and you can look at me when I tell you this, that was not your fault.
I appreciate that.
That was his fault. That was his lust and his messed up brain. You were the victim in that. And God bless that you're still here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.